Hey there, history buffs and logo lovers, welcome to A Break. Today we're diving into the stories behind some of the biggest names in business. Literally, we're talking about iconic brands, named after the folks who cooked them up, stitched them together, or, in some cases, probably just scribbled them on a napkin during a particularly productive brainstorming session. From cars to clothes to the sugary cereal you're probably eating right now because you're watching this instead of going to class, these brands are so deeply ingrained in our world that it's hard to imagine a time before they existed. But every mega brand starts somewhere, often with just a single person and a pretty good idea. Over the next few episodes, we'll uncover the fascinating origins, surprising struggles, and lasting legacies of these entrepreneurial titans. We'll learn how a guy named Ford changed the way we get around, how a fella with a funny mustache made mice into media moguls, and how two brothers with a penchant for burgers created a fast food empire. So buckle up, grab your thinking caps, and get ready for a wild ride through the fascinating world of brands built on names. Let's get started. Our journey begins with a name synonymous with the automobile itself, Ford. Founded by the one and only Henry Ford in 1903, this company didn't just make cars. It revolutionized how they were made, how much they cost, and ultimately, how accessible they were to the everyday person. Before Ford rolled onto the scene, cars were basically expensive toys for the rich, handcrafted and often unreliable. But Henry Ford had a vision to democratize the automobile, making it affordable and practical for everyone. Enter the Model T. This revolutionary car, introduced in 1908, was simple, sturdy, and thanks to Ford's innovative assembly line production, surprisingly affordable. The Model T was a runaway success, transforming Ford from a small-time operation into a global automotive giant. Henry Ford's legacy extends far beyond the cars themselves. He was a pioneer of mass production techniques, a champion of the working class, and a true American industrial icon. His name, forever linked with the Ford Motor Company, remains a testament to the power of innovation, determination, and a really, really good car. From the open road, we shift gears to the magical world of animation and entertainment, a world largely shaped by one man and his extraordinary imagination, Walt Disney. Born in 1901, Walt Disney wasn't just a cartoonist. He was a visionary storyteller who brought joy, wonder, and a healthy dose of catchy tunes to generations worldwide. Disney's story began humbly, with simple cartoon shorts that eventually evolved into groundbreaking animated features. From Mickey Mouse's iconic debut in Steamboat Willie to the full-length triumph of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Disney pushed the boundaries of animation, storytelling, and our capacity for suspending disbelief long enough to believe a mouse could play the piano. But Disney's vision went far beyond the drawing board. He dreamed of creating immersive experiences that would transport audiences to magical worlds. And in 1955, that dream took concrete form with the opening of Disneyland. This groundbreaking theme park, followed by the even grander Walt Disney World, solidified the Disney brand as a synonym for family entertainment. Today, the Walt Disney Company is a sprawling media conglomerate encompassing everything from movies and television to theme parks and cruise ships. But at its heart, it remains a testament to the power of imagination, the enduring appeal of a good story, and of course the enduring charm of a certain mouse with big ears. Alright, let's talk about a brand that needs no introduction, McDonald's. I mean, who hasn't encountered those golden arches at some point in their lives? It's a global phenomenon, really, a testament to the enduring power of, well, fast food. But behind this empire of burgers and fries are two brothers, Richard and Maurice McDonald. See, back in 1940, the McDonald brothers opened their first restaurant in San Bernardino, California. It wasn't your typical drive-in at the time. They streamlined the entire process, focusing on speed, efficiency, and affordability. And their signature product, the 15-cent hamburger. Now, their innovative approach to fast food caught the attention of a milkshake machine salesman named Ray Kroc. You might have heard of him. Kroc saw the potential in their system, and he eventually bought the rights to the McDonald's name and concept from the brothers. And that, my friends, is where the real McDonald's story begins. Kroc's business acumen, combined with the McDonald brothers' original vision, transformed a single restaurant into one of the largest and most recognizable fast food chains the world has ever seen. Okay, next up, we're diving into the world of breakfast cereals with Kellogg's. And when I say Kellogg's, you probably think cornflakes. It's iconic, right? But the story behind this breakfast staple is surprisingly rooted in, well, health and a bit of accidental discovery. You see, Will Keith Kellogg wasn't originally trying to create a breakfast empire. He was working at a sanitarium in Battle Creek, Michigan, with his brother, John Harvey Kellogg, who was a surgeon and health enthusiast. They were experimenting with different grains, trying to find healthy food options for their patients. And then, one fateful day, they accidentally left some cooked wheat to sit out. It went stale, but instead of tossing it, they decided to roll it out. And guess what? It flaked. These flakes, when toasted, became the first version of Kellogg's Corn Flakes. Will Keith saw the commercial potential, added some sugar for flavor, and boom! Kellogg's Corn Flakes were born. Let's be honest, few brands scream America quite like Harley-Davidson. It's more than just a motorcycle, it's a symbol of freedom, rebellion, and that open road spirit. And behind this iconic brand are two childhood friends, William S. Harley and Arthur Davidson. Now, back in the early 1900s in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, these two young men with a shared passion for tinkering and mechanics decided to build their own motorized bicycle. Imagine them in a small wooden shed piecing together their first motorcycle, the blueprint for what would become a legend. Their creation was more than just transportation. It was a thing of beauty and power. And it didn't take long for word to spread about these Harley-Davidson motorcycles. Riders were drawn to their unique design, their rumbling engines, and the thrill of the open road. From those humble beginnings in that little shed, Harley-Davidson grew into a cultural icon. It became the motorcycle of choice for everyone from weekend warriors to outlaw bikers, solidifying its place in American history and folklore. All right, let's talk about Adidas, a name synonymous with athletic footwear and apparel. But did you know it all started in a small Bavarian town after World War I? See, Adolf Adi Dassler, a trained cobbler, had a dream to create the best shoes for athletes. Working with his brother, Adi started making shoes in their mother's laundry room. Can you imagine the smell? The brothers' dedication paid off. Their shoes gained popularity, even being used by athletes in the 1928 Olympics. Talk about a stamp of approval. But as with many family businesses, things got complicated. Disagreements and, some say, political differences caused a rift between the brothers, eventually leading them to split the business in 1949. Adi took his nickname, combined it with part of his last name, and boom, Adidas was born. The brand continued to innovate, developing the now iconic three-stripe design and introducing groundbreaking technologies like their screw-in studs for football boots. Athletes flocked to Adidas, and victories on the world stage, like Germany's 1954 World Cup win in their shoes, cemented the brand's place in sporting history. From humble beginnings in a laundry room to a global sportswear empire, Adidas embodies the power of ambition, innovation, and a really catchy name. From sneakers to airplanes, we're shifting gears and heading into the world of aerospace with Boeing. And just like Adidas, this company's story is one of ambition, innovation, and, well, a guy named Boeing. William Boeing, to be precise. Now, William Boeing wasn't an engineer or a pilot. He was actually a timber magnate, which is a fancy way of saying he made a fortune in the lumber industry. But in 1910, his life took a turn, literally when he took his first airplane ride. It was love at first flight, and Boeing became obsessed with these newfangled flying machines. He even bought a plane, but it wasn't all smooth sailing, or should I say flying. When Boeing damaged his plane and realized getting replacement parts would take months, he had an epiphany. We can build it better ourselves. And thus, in 1916, Boeing Airplane Company was born in a converted Seattle boathouse. From building planes for the US Navy in World War I to developing commercial airliners that revolutionized air travel, Boeing quickly became a titan of the skies. They weren't afraid to push boundaries, constantly innovating with new designs and technologies. Think about it, the iconic Boeing 747 jumbo jet, yeah, that was them. And let's not forget their contributions to space exploration. From humble beginnings in a boathouse to soaring through the skies and beyond, Boeing is a testament to the power of human ingenuity and a passion for pushing the limits of what's possible. From the vast expanse of the sky, we now descend into the world of high fashion, luxury and Italian craftsmanship, Gucci. Gucci's story began with Guccio Gucci and a humble suitcase. Born in Florence, Italy, Guccio was inspired by the elegant luggage of the wealthy. He opened a small shop in 1921, specializing in leather luggage. Combining traditional techniques with innovation, Gucci's reputation grew. From a small shop to a global fashion powerhouse, Gucci's legacy endures. Enzo Ferrari. It's almost impossible to say the name without picturing a sleek red sports car, the kind that makes your heart race even when it's standing still. Ferrari isn't just a car, it's an embodiment of speed, luxury and Italian craftsmanship. Enzo Ferrari, a former race car driver, founded the company in 1939, and his vision continues to drive the brand to this day. But Ferrari's story isn't just about fast cars and roaring engines. It's also a story about passion, dedication, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Enzo Ferrari poured his heart and soul into his company, and his unwavering commitment to quality is evident in every vehicle that bears his name. From the iconic prancing horse logo to the distinctive engine roar, Ferrari is a brand that appeals to our deepest desires. It represents success, adventure, and a touch of rebellion. Owning a Ferrari isn't just about getting from point A to point B, it's about experiencing the thrill of the open road and the sheer joy of driving. And that, my friends, is why Ferrari remains one of the most powerful and enduring brands in the world. Enzo Ferrari's legacy lives on, not just in the cars themselves, but in the emotions they evoke and the dreams they inspire. Let's talk about jeans. I mean, those sturdy, reliable, go-with-everything pants that have become a global uniform. And when it comes to jeans, one name reigns supreme: Levi's. Founded by Levi Strauss, a German immigrant who arrived in America during the gold rush, Levi's has been a symbol of American style and durability for over 150 years. It all started in 1873 with a patent for copper-riveted waist overalls designed for the rugged needs of miners. These pants, later known as jeans, were built to withstand the toughest conditions, and their popularity quickly spread beyond the gold mines. From cowboys to rebels, from factory workers to fashion icons, Levi's became the go-to choice for anyone looking for a pair of pants that could keep up with their life. But Levi's is more than just a clothing brand. It's a cultural icon. Their jeans have witnessed history, from the counterculture movements of the 60s to the rise of streetwear today. They represent a sense of individuality, freedom, and timeless cool. So the next time you pull on a pair of Levi's, remember that you're not just wearing a pair of pants, you're wearing a piece of history, a symbol of American ingenuity and a testament to the enduring power of a good idea. Porsche. The name conjures up images of sleek, powerful sports cars that hug curves like they were born on the racetrack. But Porsche's story is about more than just speed and style. It's about precision engineering, innovative design, and a relentless pursuit of automotive perfection. Ferdinand Porsche, the company's founder, was a visionary engineer who believed in pushing the boundaries of what was possible. From the very beginning, Porsche cars were known for their exceptional handling, their powerful engines, and their distinctive design. But Porsche's commitment to excellence goes beyond the cars themselves. It's about the driving experience, the feeling of being connected to the road, the adrenaline rush of pushing the limits. Owning a Porsche isn't just about getting behind the wheel, it's about becoming one with the machine. And that, my friends, is the legacy of Ferdinand Porsche. He didn't just build cars, he built dreams. He created a brand that represents the pinnacle of automotive achievement, a brand that continues to inspire and excite drivers around the world. So, we've talked about cars, clothes, and even ice cream, but what about breakfast? Or more accurately, the company that's become practically synonymous with breakfast, Nestlé. Founded by Henri Nestlé in 1866, it started with a milk food for infants. Nestlé's invention saved lives and addressed a critical need. From there, it grew into a global giant, producing everything from chocolate to bottled water. Despite controversies, its origins in improving infant health are a fascinating part of branding history. Let's talk about luxury, plush leather seats, polished wood veneers, and that purring engine. Rolls-Royce synonymous with opulence and engineering excellence. It all began with Charles Rolls and Henry Royce in 1904. They aimed to create the best cars in the world, and they succeeded. Rolls-Royce cars were beautiful, reliable, and powerful. Their engines were legendary, their craftsmanship unparalleled. These were cars for royalty and movie stars. But it wasn't just about luxury, it was about pushing boundaries. Rolls-Royce engines powered airplanes during both World Wars. So the next time you see that iconic Spirit of Ecstasy hood ornament, remember, it's a testament to vision, engineering, and extravagance. Okay, let's be honest, who doesn't love a good scoop of ice cream? Ben and Jerry's holds a special place in our hearts and stomachs. Ben Cohen and Jerry Greenfield, childhood friends, opened an ice cream parlor in a renovated gas station in Burlington, Vermont in 1978. They made funky-flavored ice cream with a passion. Burlington responded with enthusiasm. Flavors like Cherry Garcia became instant classics. Ben and Jerry's stood for quirky, high-quality ice cream with a social conscience. They were committed to social and environmental justice. They sourced local ingredients and supported fair trade. They donated profits to social causes. So, the next time you dig into a pint of Chunky Monkey, remember, you're supporting a company trying to make the world better, one scoop at a time. So you're probably thinking Dyson like the vacuum cleaner company, and yes, that's exactly who we're talking about. But the story of Dyson is so much more than just vacuums, though those are pretty cool too. It's a story about a guy named James Dyson, and let's just say he was not a fan of inefficiency. See, back in the day, Dyson was using a vacuum cleaner, and like many of us, he was getting frustrated. The bag kept getting clogged, the suction power was weak, and it was just a whole ordeal. But instead of just accepting this as the vacuum cleaner fate, he decided to do something about it. And that's where the innovation comes in. Dyson was inspired by something called cyclonic separation, a technology used in industrial sawmills. He realized that by using centrifugal force, he could create a vacuum that wouldn't lose suction and wouldn't require those pesky bags. Thus, the Dyson vacuum cleaner was born. It took thousands of prototypes, years of work, and a whole lot of dedication. But Dyson eventually revolutionized the vacuum cleaner industry, all because he was tired of struggling with a subpar cleaning experience. All right, let's talk about a company that's probably touched your life in one way or another, Johnson & Johnson. You know, the Band-Aids, the baby shampoo, the medical devices that sound like they belong in a science fiction movie. Yeah, those guys. This massive healthcare giant actually has pretty humble beginnings. Back in 1876, three brothers, Robert Wood Johnson, James Wood Johnson, and Edward Mead Johnson, started a company that focused on, wait for it, surgical dressings. Yep, those sterile pads you get after getting a shot. That's their legacy. But Johnson & Johnson didn't stop at bandages. Driven by a mission to alleviate suffering and improve health, they expanded into a vast array of products. From baby powder that soothed irritated skin to groundbreaking pharmaceuticals that revolutionized disease treatment, Johnson & Johnson became synonymous with trusted healthcare solutions, and that's something that's continued to this day. The company's commitment to research and development, coupled with its dedication to social responsibility, has cemented its place as a leader in the global healthcare landscape. It's a true testament to the power of innovation, a commitment to well-being, and three brothers who just wanted to make the world a healthier place. So, there you have it. 16 iconic brands, all named after the people who poured their hearts, souls, and often their own names into building something extraordinary. From cars to clothing, from food to technology, these individuals dared to dream big, and in doing so, they left an indelible mark on the world. And as you go about your day, encountering these brands in your everyday life, take a moment to remember the stories behind them, the struggles, the triumphs, and the unwavering belief in an idea. Because it's a reminder that behind every great brand, there's a person or a group of people who dared to make their mark on the world. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, you'll be inspired to do the same.